Hi, everybody. It's Roxanne, your proactive lady, and I'm here to talk about four oils people tend not to use. And I met somebody recently who said to me, Roxanne, she had an issue and I was trying to help her with it. And she goes, I put my oils in a cupboard and I've never taken them out. Oh, I'm thinking, you're missing the boat. You've paid all this money and you're not taking advantage of all the benefits they can provide. And so today's oils include lavender. Now, lavender happens to be our free product of the month. And I often wonder how many people are missing the boat with their lavender. Lavender can be so helpful when we have difficulty with sleep. It is so calming and will help us if we're feeling very restless. And I know I traveled in October across the world, and that lavender really helped me with jet lag. It's also really good when we're feeling upset, uptight, stressed, and anxious. And that can lead to a lot of people grinding their teeth, which I've been guilty of too. So, you know what? Use that lavender. And how are you going to use it? Well, the best thing is to simply take off the cap and smell it deeply, four big inhales. Or you can create a roller bottle if you don't already have a lavender roller, and you can diffuse it. I like diffusion. I like diffusion for all of my pure oils, all the time. So definitely use your lavender. It's really good too if you have any kind of skin issues. Let's say you're like me and you're putting something into the oven or taking something out and you touch the oven shelf with your arm and then all of a sudden you've got a rising welt very quickly. So put it under cold water and then apply your lavender directly to it and it will take the heat right out. It's also really good for bug bites, stretch marks. And when we have those environmental reactions to pollen, freshly mowed grass, certain grasses and trees as they're blooming, it can really be part of a great protocol with lemon and peppermint to combine for an antihistaminic effect. Bug bites, rashes, itching, those things you might walk through the grass or the woods and see that are three-leaved and create such a hassle for us. Things like our brown-tail moth that can create all kinds of nasty reactions for us. And if you have any skin damage, imperfections, bruising, lavender can certainly help. It will help a lot in grief. It's very powerful in grief as well as maintaining normal blood pressure. Lavender is a great oil to pack for your pregnancy bag when you're going to the hospital to have your baby because it really helps a lot with labor pains. And if your contractions aren't very strong and productive, it will help with that, as well as your recovering from the whole event. It also is great for applying to the breast directly for breast irritation with nursing the baby. Lavender is excellent if you get those little things that pop up like I do with too much time in the sun or too much stress, or if you're exposed to something environmentally that you're starting to feel unwell from, it can help with those little spots that can develop around the mouth and the nose. It's also really good for neurological issues and for muscle strains and muscle tension, that kind of thing, head and neck tension. It can be helpful for that. And it also is really good to help us to go from feeling unheard to feeling well expressed in our communication. So that is basically your lavender oil. So it can do a lot for you. And keeping it in the cupboard or in the drawer or deep in your purse and never uncapping it cannot help you for sure. We only get the benefits when we use the oils. Next on this foursome today, we have the rose oil. And of course, the little 5 milliliter is our priciest oil of all. So I encourage people to use the rose roller and the rose roller. And actually, this month, and I didn't grab it, we have a couple of rose products. The Moringa Rose. It's a pump, a lovely rose product, as well as the Rose Hydrosol, and that is a rose duo that is on special this month. So check that out. But you'll get from those products that are much more affordable than the pure rose, as well as your rose touch. You'll get these benefits that I'm going to tell you right now. So definitely dig those out. If you're having trouble with intimacy, it can really, really help with your sexual confidence, as well as feeling more aroused and arousable. It is very helpful with certain types of germs that are out there. They're everywhere, actually, often caused by bacteria. And rose is especially good when we're going through sadness and grieving, brokenhearted, lonely hearted, the baby blues after delivering. Rose is especially good for anything menstrual, as well as excessive bleeding. It's again really good. Rose is excellent for serious nerve issues and brain issues. It's really good for those fine lines and wrinkles and facial capillaries that seem to become prominent for some people and causing a lot of redness. It's also good for guys and helping them produce better sperm, as well as prostate issues. Rose is a very special pure fume. And so you can put it alone or with jasmine, combining it with jasmine or neroli. Oh my gosh, what a scent, right? And emotionally, rose is really good to go from feeling isolated to feeling loved. It's really, our rose is the oil of love. So you definitely want to tap into your sources of rose that you can afford, okay? And actually, I have a special promo code too, which will allow you not to get the free rose, but will get you some other free oils. So please definitely reach out if you need my promo code because I would love to be able to bless you with those freebies, okay? So the next oil we're going to talk about is Whisper. And Whisper is a very, very special oil. It is available in a roller form, a touch form, which means it is diluted perfectly. And Whisper is very seductive. It's also very balancing and helps create euphoria. So it is the ultimate pure fume, in my opinion. I love to use it. And I use it in a blend actually as well. And it is, again, really good for low sexual interest, difficulty with arousal. It's really great for balancing hormones. So, no matter what your age, if you're feeling like you're hormonally off, this will be a good one. It's good for hot flashes. It's also really good for self-confidence and creativity. So those artists and musicians and writers among us can benefit from Whisper. It's also really good if you feel anger or irritability. So you can see that Whisper is going to be especially helpful with our feelings, those negative feelings, as well as feeling like you want to feel closer to your partner and and have that part of your life come alive again. Because, we are sexual beings, and if you're really struggling with that, why suffer? That's my opinion. I don't believe in suffering. I believe in living fully. And as a hospice volunteer, I know how important it is to live fully and to feel like you're getting the most out of your life. So our next oil is, and our final oil for this week's, for this go around of oils you don't use, is the Forgive oil. And this is also really, really key for negative feelings. It's going to help you release them, relieve them, and liberate yourself from needing to feel forgived, needing to forgive yourself, and to release some emotions that you may be pushing down, pushing down. And you know what? The body keeps the score. So if you're pushing down past trauma or some bad situations that maybe you don't feel were traumatic, but probably are, if you don't release those, you will become sick, and you'll become sick in some big and serious ways. So we like people to be able to use their tools that can help them release those negative emotions, like holding a grudge. That's a negative emotion. Anger, frustration, irritability, being judged, feeling like you're being judged, or you feel like you've got to judge other people. You're always in your own mind putting other people down in order for you to feel better. Um, or if you're doing some things that punish yourself, uh, there are there are definitely some behaviors that would fit into that category, like overeating when you know you shouldn't. You're punishing yourself. Um, when you purposely don't nourish yourself in a healthy way, you're punishing yourself. I'm not sure why, and it might take a lot of therapy to figure that out. But until then, use your tools that will help the brain to think better of yourself. And it's also, forgive is really good for any kind of spiritual or emotional toxicity that you're holding back. Again, in the body tissues, it may come out in rashes, it may come out in back pain. I think back pain is a common thing for people who are holding in negative emotions and are not releasing them or feeling relieved of them. If you can't stop doing something, you've got a behavior you just cannot manage, forgive will help. And if you've got unhealthy attachments to certain things, it could be people, it could be repetitive behaviors, it could be unhealthy habits, it could be anything unhealthy that you can't seem to let go of. Gambling, sex, pornography, lying. I mean, there's all kinds of things that people get attached to as a way of coping with their negative emotions. Now, sometimes we'll have some kind of skin eruptions or irregularities, and it may damage the skin. Forgive can help that. Circulation issues. How do we use forgive? Well, again, I love the touch roller because then I can apply it on my heart, on the back of my neck, on the bottoms of my feet. It's really good for circulation. Also, if there might be some little things unwanted in your body that are growing there because you've eaten contaminated food or swum in contaminated water. you've been walking around places where you can pick up different kinds of things through your toes. And forgive also is really good for hair loss. Again, hair loss can come from holding in negative emotions. It's also really good to support the prostate as well as a low sex drive for men. It's excellent to help with incontinence. So you can rub it over your lower belly, on the bottoms of your feet, and over bladder reflex points, which I don't quite understand reflexology, but for those of you that do, that's a good place to put the forgive to help with incontinence. So this is it for today, but I hope that you will reach out if you have a friend who needs to get started in doTERRA and wants to save big. This is like the ultimate month to save big because doTERRA also has a 20% off any 250 um, dollar new account startup. So let me help you with that, or let me help you reconnect to doTERRA if it's been at least a year since your last order. I'm happy to help you get the most out of your doTERRA dollars. Thank you so much, and I hope to see you in another couple of weeks. It'll probably be on a Wednesday, however, because of my hospice volunteering. Take care. Bye bye.